Good morning, Messiah Church. Happy Friday to you. Pastor Tami here with Jack. Several of you have mentioned you've missed seeing him in my Friday videos, so he's here with me. We'll see how this goes. So, I don't know about you, but I have been on the lookout for some good news this past week, and guess what? There's plenty of it to be found. Let me share with you just a couple of things that you all have shared with me about these extra ways you've been reaching out with kindness to folks this week. One of you said you bought some gloves for a homeless youth that you came upon while you were out and about. Someone else said you did the drive-through difference at the coffee shop when you went through and bought the coffee for the people in the car behind you. And someone else shared with me that they were able to pay for someone's gas who didn't have enough to cover it themselves. And there's two of Messiah youth that are doing a pretty big thing. They are Miles and Landon, and they are raising money for Interfaith Outreach, our community partners across the street, and with an effort to raise awareness around homelessness. So, why are they doing this? Well, 26 years ago, there was another scout from Messiah Church named Colin Verbick who did this very same thing, raising awareness around homelessness and also raising $10,000 for IOCP. 2 summers ago, Colin passed away after a long battle with cancer. And so, in honor of Colin, Landon and Miles are sleeping out in tents again this year to raise $25,000 for Interfaith Outreach community partners. Now, they're going to need our help doing this. So if you'd like to support them, you can find them on Instagram. They have a GoFundMe page, or you can leave a check at Messiah Church. Just write Landon and Miles in the memo, and we will make sure that they get it. You can make it out to Messiah Church or to IOCP. Either way, you'll be supporting them in their effort to do this. So these are all acts of kindness and generosity that are making this world a better place, just one small act at a time. In fact, we have a great MGN for you this Sunday, Messiah Good News. It's going to share a lot more good news about stuff that's been going on around Messiah Church. So I'm really excited to share that with you as well. So my sermon this week is going to follow this theme of generosity as we focus on how when we find our contentment in God, money is no longer that key driver to happiness. We're going to look at how to find contentment, that inner state of heart or mind, that sense of being satisfied with all that we have as gifts from God. I have a couple of really good stories I want to share with you around finding contentment. So that'll be my sermon theme for this Sunday. Our third graders are also going to be presented with their Bibles in worship this week. That is a big milestone for them, so we'll celebrate with them. And you might remember over a year ago, Joanne shared with us that she was ready to retire. So after an extensive year-long search, we are finally able to introduce to you our new worship band director. His name is Nathan Osk. Nathan is a graduate of Concordia University in St. Paul, where he majored in vocal performance. He has led many worship bands in churches and at college and at Bible camps. He has this passion for sharing Jesus's love through music. He's married to Becca. They have a dog named Scout. They live in New Hope. And he and Joanne are going to work together for a few weeks just to assure a very smooth transition. So he'll be in worship on Sunday, and I'm super excited for you to meet him. And finally, let me just say a little bit more about our annual giving campaign. Normally, this is the time of year where I invite you to make an estimate of giving, sometimes called a financial pledge for the upcoming ministry year. But this year, we are moving our giving campaign to the spring because we're moving our fiscal year to better align with the start of our ministry year, which happens in September. So, if you are a member of Messiah Church or a regular attender who's made a gift to the ministries of Messiah Church this year, there's a letter coming to you in the mail from me. It has a lot more details around this. Now, someone asked me last week if this means you should not continue to give now. In fact, my request is that you will continue to give in the generous ways that you are currently giving. If you will continue to do this, it'll provide a greater sense of an estimate of giving for the first few months of 2025 until we get to that new giving campaign in the spring. So, read my letter. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me or any of the members of the Servant Steering Team. All right, Jack and I are ready to take our walk out and around the lake today. So it is a beautiful, brisk fall morning here in Minnesota. I hope you are able to get out and just let your face soak up some of that warm sun and remember the gift of this day that God has given us. All right, be well, take care. Hope to see you on Sunday. God bless.